Wow. Right. So what's been going on with me lately? Um, well, the last couple of days, right? And I will say add something to this, but because I don't want it to sound too positive, I want it to be real. I'm feeling pretty confident. Not confidence in I don't know what is confidence anyway. I know that from my experience of if I compare how I felt lately compared to how I felt yesterday and today, and yeah, so that's what I'd say. But the disclaimer is, I have my bad times as well. It's not like, I'm not trying to say like, I don't know, what am I saying? You know, you know where I'm coming from. I don't know. So I'm thinking about my week, yeah. I mean, it's just kind of a sort of general thing. I mean, I have noticed, like, I mean, this coincided, right, with, I started taking a substance called, it's algae oil, so, which is DHA and EPA. This started when I watched Elise's video on how she was no longer vegan or even vegetarian. And in the video, she mentioned this thing, right? And I was like, oh gosh, because I took what she said really seriously, very seriously, because, I've watched her for like a couple of years, and, I trust her, and I trust that she knows what she's talking about, and she's explaining things from her point of view in a way that, like, for me, shined light on the whole vegetarian thing. So I took it as a huge warning, a huge warning that I needed to try something. And the beauty of it was that she'd actually explained to me what that something was that I could try to keep me vegetarian. Anyway, it is what it is, whatever that means. And anyway, so what I was explaining was I started taking it. And it coincided with me feeling a lot better about myself. Like very subtle things, just feelings. Like a good example is like when it's raining. The beautiful sound of the rain on the window or things like that, or just feeling right inside myself, like another time I was like in the bath and I was having a bath. And it's kind of like how I remember when I was younger, just the feels and the feelings of having a bath. I think that's the best I can explain it, all these feelings started to happen when I started taking DHA, and yeah, I feel a little bit emotional because and I'm not going to make it out to be more than it is. I mean, I'm still struggling quite a bit, to be real. I am. I mean, even this morning, you know, I was struggling. You know, I went back to bed because I just couldn't deal. But what I'm explaining to you, right? This is what gives me hope. Gives me hope to the future, you know. And I saw a guy called Steve, right? With we're not really huge friends, but anyway, I saw him, yeah, and he was lovely. And you know, I really opened up about drugs, but that's not really what I want to talk about. I opened up about it, just having him there because, like, he's a person from my past, yeah. I met him about 2 years ago at a place called Coffee Club. And being around him again, you know, I've seen him a few times, you know, since, but like being around him kind of put my whole life in a more in a more positive light, because I could see where I've come from. I could see where I am now and how that's better than that. And you know, if this is what and if I look to the future, if say like if that continues, that growth and that change and that healing, if that continues into the future, then, you know, and there's no reason to think why it wouldn't, because like with this DHA, you know, gradually, I'm not saying that the DHA is what caused it, but anyway, I'm waffling, so I'm gonna go, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.